Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to the channel. So I've got myself in a in cozy mode, if you like, because after I've done my exercises and cleaned up a little bit, figured out what I'm going to do today, because the list is long, it always is, and it gets longer. I'm going to have a shower and a shave and all that stuff and make myself look even more beautiful than I already am. Bobil Vans is working today. Good job. Although it is always touch and go with that thing. Got a little story about Bobil Vans. Some of you may know that I've had nothing but problems with mine. Leaks and all sorts of things. I've practically had the whole thing replaced because everything just broke on it. It's rubbish. My daughter had a similar problem and they blamed me and her boyfriend for installing it incorrectly, including a very large, well, I say very large, a larger YouTuber who came across to my daughter's channel and basically bullied her, but that's another story. And an acquaintance of mine just recently sent me some video of his Bobil Van setup leaking in exactly the same places that my daughter's leaked and broke, and Bobil Vans themselves installed that particular one. So, say no more. Anyway, you get sick of saying it, don't you, Bobil Vans? As far as my water boiler goes, it only works on the diesel heater setup now. Well, it always has. The 12-volt element has never worked because it's rubbish. I really do want to get it out because I want to put a shore flow pump in. Because at the moment I've got an old Whale 20 PSI one. I have switches that I turn the pump on and off with near the taps. But I want a shore flow so it just comes on with the tap rather than having the switches. But I'm scared to death that if I change the pump, that's going to have a fit and spring leaks everywhere again. So I just want to get it all out and put a new system in with a new pump and everything, get rid of this Bobil rubbish. But for now, I'm just having to use the diesel heater to heat the water, which is a bit of a pain in the middle of summer because it does generate quite a bit of heat, but it doesn't take too long and I can turn it off again. Right, enough about that. The point of this video is I'm going to share with you an article that we found about the country or councils being encouraged to put in airs like they have in France, and I'll go through the article with you. But first I'm going to have a shower and all that, so I'll see you when I look a bit better in the face area. Hey, oh, that's better. Right, I apologise for the traffic noise. I'm parked outside a hospital where Tracy's working today and there's cars going up and down, but it's what you got to do sometimes. Anyway, so this article was 2 days ago. This is by CB News and it's entitled "The Campaign for Real Heirs Has Urged Local Authorities to Offer More Open Parking Spaces." I'll leave a link in the description to the full thing so you can read it for yourself. So basically, local councils have been urged to adopt European-style airs for motorhomes and campervans, which have been growing in popularity across the continent. It comes after research highlighted the significant economical benefit open spaces can have for local communities and drivers, which have seen more parking restrictions imposed on them in the past year. As we know, I've banged on about it enough on this channel and lots of other channels have as well. There's restrictions going in everywhere, and now they're realizing by the sounds of it that that's probably not a good idea because they're losing revenue, which is what I've been saying from the beginning. Anyway, the campaign for real heirs, this is Campra, right, found that over 80% of motor caravan owners would visit and spend more in new areas in these dedicated parking facilities if they were available. Parking facilities were available, particularly outside peak season. There's a car. What's he doing? Can you hear that? Proper revving his engine outside. Get on with it. Airs provide safe overnight parking spaces for self-contained motorhomes, often including service points for water and waste disposal. Brilliant. As we know, France and other countries adopt this and it works really well. The concept, widely established across Europe, allows motorhomes and campervans to stay in towns and cities for up to 48 hours at a set price. Cool. So nobody can anchor themselves in and live there permanently. I think he tried to park behind me and then gave up. There's a big space there as well. Anyway, with over 412 of the larger vehicles registered in the UK, the campaign highlighted an opportunity for councils to tap into the rapidly growing tourism sector while generating revenue for local businesses. Finally, people are speaking sense, right? The survey found that 90%, I'm not sure how they do these surveys or do this research, but we'll go with what the article says. The survey found that 90% of respondents, should be a comma, own fully service-contained vehicles with onboard toilets and water facilities, making them suitable for air-style parking, i.e. like mine, and lots of others. Donald McDonald, founder of and president of Camper, said, "This research confirms previous surveys that have been carried out over a number of years regarding how much people spend when they visit somewhere in a motorhome or camper van." While airs can provide useful parking options for motorhomes, many local authorities have begun limiting their accessibility due to public concerns. Most recently, Hampshire County Council introduced a new overnight parking ban for motorhomes and camper vans between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. after residents complained that the larger vehicles clogged up streets, which is nonsense. McDonald added, "It gives us some really solid statistical evidence that we can share with local authorities and businesses to help them understand the importance of trying to accommodate this new style of tourism and the clear financial advantage to local communities that embrace this type of tourism." Okay, the survey revealed that owners and vehicles contribute an average of £51 per day to local businesses, alongside spending £23 per night on accommodation. So let's just digest that a minute. So the survey found that on average each vehicle spends £51 a day in the local businesses. Okay, so you got 10 motorhomes, camper vans, whatever, parking up in the local town. That's over £500 a day on average going into the local community, right? Brilliant. Let that sink in. So respondents indicated, this is off the people obviously surveyed, said they would pay £10 for a basic air without services and £15 for facilities including waste disposal point and water, and £6 for service point access alone. So people are willing to pay £10 just for a parking spot, so I think it's a bit excessive with no facilities. £15 if they have facilities, or £6 if they just have a service point, which I suppose they can just pull up and use and then go away again, I suppose. I think that's a bit much, but I think £10 with facilities would be more reasonable, but whatever. So Steve Hayward, managing director of Camper, explained that there is a clear demand for larger vehicles, which was emphasised by post-Brexit travel restrictions, which caused Britons to invest more in staycations. So since the Brexit thing and the other thing, people are investing in motorhomes and camper vans and holidaying in this country, which is probably a good thing for tourism, right? It's a good thing for local communities, right? So why not embrace that and put facilities in and enable people to come to the towns and spend their money, right? Makes sense. Several councils have already implemented, it's easy for you to say, successful airs, demonstrating their viability and positive impact on local communities. Clearthorpes recently opened a dedicated council site allowing self-contained motorhomes to park up for 48 hours, providing much needed facilities for visitors. In Fleetwood, Lancashire, the introduction of overnight parking on the seafront car park for £5 a night, bingo mass, has delivered substantial revenue increase for the local shops. Are you listening, councils? £5 a night parking on the seafront has delivered substantial revenue increase for local shops. So we're not the freeloaders that everyone thinks we are, right? Hayward noted more councils are seeing the benefits of providing facilities over the cost of local taxpayers of enforcement of bans. So it's actually better, more cost effective to put in the facilities than it is to implement the bans. Not to mention the loss of potential revenue to businesses. In addition, every council that has operated a 12-month trial air has been successful and made the overnight parking permanent. Currently, a third of motorhome and camper van owners admit to sleeping in lay-bys, likely due to overnight parking restrictions and limited alternatives. The survey revealed widespread dissatisfaction, with 88% of respondents unhappy with overnight parking availability, 82% with service points, and significant majority citing poor infrastructure and unwelcoming attitudes compared to Europe. That's what we notice, the attitude of people when they see a camper van or a motorhome or whatever. Anyway, that's the article. I will leave a link in the description if you want to read it. I think that's really interesting that this is being discussed Let me know what you think. I mean, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? I mean, if countries like France and other countries across Europe are, you know, have done for a long time, had facilities in to accommodate, you know, tourists, travellers, motorhomes, campervans and stuff like that, and it's been successful, why aren't we? Why are we putting bans in? I say we, not me, nothing to do with me. The governments, councils, just knee-jerk reaction to, usually, which is a few people complaining about nothing. Not always, though. I know that, not always. Sometimes there is cause for a complaint. I do get that. But most of the time, you know. So what do? They just ban everything instead of embracing it and adapting to it, which is what we need to do. And then that brings in, like this says, more revenue to the local businesses. Aye, okay. Well, I thought that was really cool. Hope you thought that was really cool. Let me know what you think. This is what we need to get behind, isn't it? Poor me, he was going quick, wasn't he? Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you there. I'm going to make some breakfast because I'm starving. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I nearly forgot to say that. See ya.
We'll ride these roads forever. Side by side we'll chase the sweetest moments whispered in our little space. With laughter and loving every turn we take. This thing called amazing grace, no chains will break.